All right, we're here with Kyler and Connor Slade, the Slade brothers, twins, both wrestling for Ohio State Wrestling Club. We're here to get a little bit of information from them because wrestling Braves want to know how they're doing and what they're up to. There's a special thing going on this weekend. I'm gonna let them talk more about it. The NCAA Nationals are starting this weekend, actually tomorrow. Congratulations, guys, on qualifying.
Thank you.
You guys both belong to the Ohio State Wrestling Club. It's part of the NCAA. That's the National Collegiate Wrestling Association. This club's deemed a club sport at Ohio State, but in fact, they're bona fide varsity teams as part of the NWCA. Teams like Clemson, BYU, Florida, the branches from Penn State, they're all varsity clubs. Kyler, as the more seasoned veteran of the two, speak of the level of competition that there is in the NCAA.
The competition is pretty good. Obviously not NCAA competition, but the competition is definitely up there. With me, I'd say the top 5 guys are all borderline Division I athletes who, are either going to school first and then focusing on wrestling second, which is how I am. And but overall, it's good. It's a good level of competition. I like it.
Connor, you just joined your brother at the Ohio State Wrestling Club this year after an absence. Explain the reasoning behind the absence and your comeback to the greatest sport on earth.
Well, for the most part, I was focusing on school the first year, and also I was getting fat, so I decided I should probably start wrestling, or else I'll get to about 285.
Speaking of 285, there's an extra weight class, which I think is great. So tell us what your weight class is.
235, which is nice to not have to go 285.
Right.
Right after 197.
Right. You also play football too, right?
Yeah, club football.
How's that?
That's good. I just became the vice president for this upcoming year.
Awesome. So you guys are well entrenched in not only the sports, obviously, at Ohio State, but also academics. How do you guys do it? How are you able to manage it all?
Got to find the right time of balance. You got to find balance between club practice, studying, and going to class. Get your day started early. I think that's like a huge thing. But yeah, it's all about balance.
No doubt. All right, Kyler, you're now a 2-time national qualifier. Last year, you went all the way to the quarterfinals. Then you had to win 2 straight in consos. Ended up taking 6th, but you became an All-American. This year, you're ranked number 3 in the country at 197 pounds. Tell us what your year's been like so far and some of the highlights or maybe challenges you've had along the way.
I tell you what, I think a great benefit to this year is I have not broken my nose yet this year. I think that was a huge deficit last year because that took me off the mat for a while. And but overall challenges, this whole time management thing with school, because school comes first. But between this year and last year, I feel way more confident. Last year I was practicing maybe once a week and getting to tournaments maybe every other weekend. And this year I practice 3-4 days a week and 5 when I can, and then I compete almost every weekend. So my confidence is up. I'm feeling really good. I'm ready to do what I need to do because I did what I needed to do with the qualifier, and I'm ready to do it now. So.
Awesome. Okay, so what are you guys studying? What's your majors?
I'm health sciences.
And I'm either mechanical or aerospace engineering.
Awesome. All right, so back to wrestling real quick. Do you guys get any crossover at all, or any contact, I guess, with the varsity wrestling bucks?
Actually, it's actually kind of funny to say that because next year we've been talking to Tom Ryan, and he for walk-ons, he is starting to send a few of those guys to us first, and we're getting closer and closer with the varsity to where he's going to send those guys to us, and our head coach, Coach Rourke, he's going to evaluate them and basically be like a second man to Tom, letting him know how these guys are and whether they should get a chance to walk on or not. And also next year, we're going to be getting time in the varsity room, which is going to be huge for us because Recently, we've worked with a pretty small team, but I think next year when we get in that varsity room, it's going to be huge for us. Guys are going to want to come out and really compete for us now. So
Good. It beats setting up and rolling up the mats every day, right?
yes, absolutely.
And I know that there's some rules involved there as well. When you have a varsity sport and a club sport, I know that there's some rules involved there too. I just was curious to see if you guys were able to get in the room at all, and that's a great benefit for you. So, Connor, why don't you answer this one? How does college differ from high school wrestling?
Well, for club wrestling, I would say that instead of coaches always being on you, and in high school, like the whole team, all the coaches expected them to commit, but in club wrestling, basically it's what you make it for yourself. So you show up to practice, you decide how hard you're going to go. The coaches don't force you to. It's basically what you make it for yourself.
So, if I hear you right, in a roundabout way, you're really doing this because you love wrestling.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I've been practicing like 4 to 5 times a week recently, so.
Awesome. Well, it's good to see you guys back on the mat. There's no doubt about that. What advice would you guys give to the current wrestling Braves that want to wrestle at the next level?
I would definitely say, I think the biggest thing for us was what we were talking about earlier, balance and everything. I know finding that balance in college I would try to find it now in high school, because when you get to college, it's the real deal. You got to balance, wrestling, school, studying, friends, like all that stuff. And I think once you find that balance, you're pretty set. So work on that balance.
All right, so both of you guys, what's the biggest thing you missed from wrestling over at Olentangy High School?
I tell you, I miss the team. I miss I just missed, my class especially. I was really close. Like both of us were really close to those guys. And obviously we had a pretty strong team, pretty strong, top 5 guys, in our lineup. I just miss being with the team, and even though practices during high school were, they were on us, but I missed the camaraderie and having all those guys there all the time, being that close.
Connor?
Yeah, I was about to say the exact same thing, actually. It's the one thing that I really miss. And but we obviously still are close with our team here, but we do miss quite a few of the guys from the high school team.
All right, guys, we're coming about to the end here, but I do have a little surprise for you guys. Every interview we like to do at Wrestling Braves, we like to do a little rapid fire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire off some questions at you, but because you guys are twins, I'm going to let you answer at the same time, because it's been my experience that you guys usually answer the same. All right?
All right, we'll try.
if you answer different, that's what's going to make it real interesting. But all right, so top of mind, I'm going to fire off questions and just let you answer. Are you guys ready?
Ready.
All right, here we go. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Chocolate.
Best wrestling match you ever watched?
Kyle Snyder quiz.
If that was the finals match last year, then yeah. I don't know names.
We got the follower.
Which one of you guys is the better wrestler?
Tyler.
What's your go-to takedown?
Low single.
High crotch.
Awesome. Who's better looking?
Me. Okay.
Favorite college wrestler?
Snyder, yeah. Snyder.
How about international?
Burroughs.
Probably still Snyder. I've watched more of his matches too.
All right. Who do you like better, your mom or your dad? No, wait, no, never mind. Don't answer that.
That's a question.
Favorite vacation spot you've been on?
Destin.
How about someplace you want to visit someday?
It's Colorado. Always wanted to go there.
I don't know if I really have one. I haven't really thought about it.
All right.
I guess Hawaii.
Cool. All right, last one. What makes you love the sport of wrestling so much? I don't know, 5 words or less.
Get what you put in,
Yeah, it's all you, and that's it.
Perfect. Anything else you guys would like to add?
There's Just go Braves. Yeah, go Braves, baby.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much for your time. Good luck at Nationals this weekend. If it weren't for a little thing called States, then we'd be watching you. But the good news is it's going to be out on Flow, so we'll be watching your videos when we can. So good luck to you guys.
Thank you. We'll be following, too. We'll be following the States.
All right.
Yeah, Sherman, Xander Bomb, go get them.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.